What up, Hawk fans? This is Emma Welch back with your on-campus interview. Today I am joined by, go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Carley Moore. I'm the president of the DSU Collegiate Farm Bureau Club. I'm a senior here at DSU, majoring in international agriculture business.
Dang, she fancy. I didn't even know I got the president on. I feel honored that I just selected the most qualified person for this. So, tell me first a little bit about Farm Bureau. Like, I feel like I don't know anything about it, and I just want to know, like, what you guys do, weekly meetings, that kind of thing.
I think that when people hear Farm Bureau, a lot of people think insurance. We're actually part of the American Farm Bureau Foundation, so we're separate from the insurance company. It's the largest agriculture lobbying group in the nation, and we are the collegiate chapter, so we meet once a week and we discuss current issues affecting agriculture. We participate in like statewide conventions and policy-making sessions. We go to conferences across the country to meet with other kids our age that are part of Farm Bureau, and we use that opportunity to network and grow our group and maybe have more power in DC to fight for agriculturists around the nation.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I didn't know anything about that, so I'm glad that I do now. And you kind of touched on one of the other questions that I had for you, like what kind of events do you do? I know I talked to someone who's in Farm Bureau just briefly, and they said that you guys are possibly traveling a lot to like DC or like Portland. So is that where you guys are going? Tell me a little bit about those trips that you guys are taking.
So we do a couple a year. We do 2 in-state, which this year one of them happens to actually be in Dickinson. It's this weekend.
Oh, cool.
And that would be for YFNR, which is like a sister of Farm Bureau, basically. We also went to Fargo for state convention for the policymaking side. But then on a national scale, there's the American Farm Bureau Conference. And last year it was in San Antonio, Texas. And I attended that one. The college level one was in Denver last year. And this year it is in Portland, Oregon. Those are like the major ones. We also do like some smaller things with like the county boards. We'll go to like Belfield or Killdeer, like closer by, and go into their schools and that kind of thing.
Cool. So you've been doing this for 3 years. What has been like your favorite memory so far with Farm Bureau? And maybe you participated in something like this in high school or something, but like your favorite memory that you can think of that was like, that was really cool.
Oh gosh, there's so many. We had a lot of fun last year. A group of 4 of us went to Denver for our conference, and we made so many new friends. There was one night specifically that we got to go to the aquarium in Denver, and it was so fun with everyone who's like in agriculture, and we have everything in common. There's people from like New York to Alaska there, and just meeting people who just all have one big thing in common. Like, I'd say that was probably the coolest thing we've done.
Cool. Yeah, that would be really awesome to experience a big event like that where you guys are all there for the same reason. You guys all do the same thing. How has Farm Bureau helped you connect to the Dickinson community and surrounding areas like you mentioned before?
So along with our events for fun, we also do a little bit of community outreach. Like, we have the opportunity to get some community service in. So last year, after North Dakota has like its worst fire season, and I don't even know, probably since we've been alive, we had the opportunity to go up north towards Watford City and help a rancher who had some parts of his ranch affected by one of the major fires up there, and things like that. Like, we've gone into schools and served meat to little kids, like to show them the importance of agriculture, like stuff like that. Like, just being able to connect with members of the community and make it so that ag isn't so demonized. I think that that's been a really great opportunity through Farm Bureau.
That's really, really cool. The last question I have for you, I ask on every single interview. That's here on campus. Xander asks it in studio. We ask it on game day. We ask it all the time. people come up with different answers. Some are cliche, some aren't. But that is, what does DSU mean to you?
I feel like I'm going to have to go the cliche route.
Okay.
I would say it's community. I mean, it's such a small school that knowing everybody, I think that makes it such an opportunity to have close friends, close connections that mean something even after you graduate. Like, you could always come back and be a part of something. And I think it opens up a lot of opportunities that wouldn't at a big school where no one knows who you are, your faculty don't know you. Like, I think that's what DSU means to me.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Carley, for being on. And we're going to head in studio with Xander.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to HawkTalk. I'm your in-studio host, Xander Beeson. I'm joined by a very special guest, a fellow Wyoming athlete. I guess I'm not an athlete anymore, but I'll have you introduce yourself to the people.
Hi, I'm Materi. I'm a junior, and I'm on the golf team.
Hailing all the way from Upton, Wyoming.
That's
You guys we were just talking about Upton off camera. My Upton knowledge is not as good as I claim my Wyoming knowledge to be, so I'm glad we weren't recording that. But yeah, we'll kind of just start off. What brought you to DSU?
Honestly, I liked how small of the school it was. It wasn't big, and also the golf facility might have got me like that, but
you have pretty nice facilities here that kind of just, I'll just kind of segue that into that next question. We all know North Dakota weather. Obviously, Wyoming isn't too much better.
No.
And golf's an outdoor sport. You can't play an indoor golf season. So what's that like trying to, because you guys have the 2 seasons.
Yes.
You have your fall and your spring, and you have all that time in between. And that time in between is always when weather is the worst.
Yeah.
So kind of just having that golf room, having these facilities, what's that like, kind of having those at your fingertips?
It's honestly one of the greatest things to have, because, as you know, can't golf because of the winter. So it's just nice to have the facility, have 3 sims to where like we can just still keep our swing and like still get like our distances and yardages that we want, and just to make sure like we're staying in touch with our game.
Yeah.
And then plus also like the 2 putting greens that we have, which helps with our short game, and then the sand bunker that we have.
Yep. And you guys have your own weight room back there, so that's also another nice thing. You guys aren't fighting for weight room space with the rest of the sports. But yeah, so kind of going back to the 2 seasons, how'd you do in the fall, and then kind of what are some things you're working on right now and some things you want to see in this next upcoming season?
I didn't think I did terrible, but I know I didn't put 2 complete rounds together. Like, I would either shoot 70s one day, 80s the next day, or flip-flop.
Yeah.
I was like, not 2 good days. I was just like, oh, so frustrating. Yeah. And I guess I've been working on just like trying to get like my yardages down, I guess, which is an important thing to have.
Obviously, because I know you can't just take time off of golf and come back. I make the mistake. I only golf in the summers or when it's nice, and I don't do anything in between. So those first couple rounds back, I always have to spend a little extra time with the turn, if you know what I mean, to kind of do that. But drink soda, obviously.
Yes,
a couple hot dogs maybe. But yeah, so what does your guys' practice schedule look like right now? What are some things you're working on?
Right now, Thad likes to do the short game stuff, which I also do, because that's where you lower your strokes at in your game. It's your short game, which I like. So we're doing lots of putting and like lots of chipping. But also for the sims, like he's making sure we know what our yardage is, so we know what club to hit at what distance.
Okay. And is that a thing you guys are doing every day, or is that like a once a week kind of thing?
So we go on and off with the guys. So Monday we practice, and then the guys lift, and then it's flip-flop. Tuesday they practice, we lift.
Okay. And is that at the same time? You guys are both in the golf room doing your thing?
A little bit. It's like we get like an hour and a half just for practice, and then we join in together. And that's like Monday through Thursday, and like during when we're not practicing, just go in there.
Okay.
Essentially.
So what kind of got you into golf? Was it just something like I've talked to golfers that like, oh, my family just like my dad golfed and I just went with him and I ended up playing it and doing it in college. So what got you into golf?
It was honestly my dad got me into golf.
Nailed it. Sniped it.
Of course. But I grew up, I actually loved playing it. Out of the two other siblings I have, I was the one who took it most seriously.
You're
which is
obviously
nice.
doing it in college. What is that recruitment process like going from, because I imagine there's not too many eyes on Upton, Wyoming.
No, there's not.
So did you send your film out? Did Thad contact you? How did that go down?
Actually, I contacted Thad.
Okay.
Because there's actually a lot of kids from Upton that played football for Dickinson, which helped a little bit.
Yeah.
But that recruitment process, I sent out stuff, like email coaches and stuff, my film. And then I also got on that NCSA or whatever that one is, just to see.
That program.
Yeah.
That, looking back, was probably a scam.
It probably is. But.
I remember using that and getting nothing from it. So I think I had a phone call with the dude. He was like, "Hey, were you trying to get recruited?" And I was like, "Duh."
Yeah,
like that's why I signed up. God, I forgot about that. I haven't heard that name in years. You just put me into a Vietnam flashback with that. But
yeah, you don't really get lots of looks at from small towns in Wyoming.
Yeah, but there's a nice golf course in Upton, or do you kind of, what's the golf season? I don't even know what a high school golf season looks like.
So in Wyoming, we're fortunate enough to also have the fall and spring, because I came here, I did not know that. It was just like, in Montana, girls only play in the fall.
Yep.
I was like, that's strange, but okay. I guess, so because there's no 1A golf, we combine with 2A.
Okay.
We play mostly on 9-hole golf courses, because there isn't a lot, I guess, around the northeast region.
Yeah, there's really nothing.
I guess the best one's Hewlett, Devil's Tower.
Hewlett is a nice golf course.
That's my home course.
Yeah.
Is what I grew up on that one.
Okay, the one in Pine Haven isn't too bad. You ever go play Belknap?
That's not my favorite.
You don't like Belknap? I've actually never played Belknap. Every time I golf back home, it's usually in Pine Haven. I kind of like that one. There's not as much water at that one. I can't lose as many balls playing that one. But yeah, kind of that questions we've been asking a lot of the athletes that come on this year. That transition into the Frontier. You were here for North Star.
Yes.
Now you're in the Frontier. Kind of, what's that competition like? And everyone kind of says you're playing the same teams that you usually were.
Yeah.
Just but now they're conference games. So or matches. Rounds? I don't know what you call them.
Yeah, rounds.
But, so what was that transition like for you?
I thought it's also the same, but we got more competition.
Yeah, which is
I actually like it because it helps me step up my game. Is when I'm playing with like better golfers.
Yeah, I get that. Last question. We ask this to everyone that comes on HawkTalk. What does DSU mean to you?
DSU means to me, I guess, it's just being part of a family. I love just like how supportive the whole community is.
Yeah.
And that's just, I think it helped me from like being a freshman. It's like not knowing anyone in Dickinson to like, it felt like a second home to me. And I always felt like I was always supported.
Yeah. And I guess one more question. Are you going to keep golfing when you're done playing in college?
Yeah, okay. Of course.
I've met some golfers that are like, I'm never touching a club again.
I mean, I have those days, but I'm always going to be coming back.
Yeah, always got to come back. Well, that's everything we have. I appreciate you coming on.
Yes, thank you.
And we will see you guys next week.
What's going on, Hawk Talk? My name is Cash Randle, and I'm your host for Minute with Molander. This is President Scott Molander. And Mr. Molander, do you have a pump-up song before you give a big speech or before a big event? Or
Yep. We used to have a couple. Jump.
Okay.
And because it came out when I was in high school, We Are the Champions. So Jump, Van Halen. We used to play that walking into the gym all the time.
Yeah.
And then everybody knows I'm a big Elvis fan, so any of the really cool Elvis songs used to really get me going. Like
That's so cool.
Suspicious Minds and a couple like that.
We might need to put a Scott Molander playlist together.
There you go.
That'd be cool.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, Hawk fans? My name's Cheyenne Jacobs, back with your weekly recap, so let's get into it. Men's and women's track and field are in Florida this week to compete in nationals, so we are sending the best of luck to all of them. 4 men's wrestlers are competing in Wichita, Kansas at their nationals this week. Women's wrestling competed in the Heart of America Athletic Conference Championships this past weekend, sending 5 wrestlers to the national championships that are in a couple weeks. Softball went 1-3 on the weekend down in Iowa. They head to Tucson, Arizona this weekend to play 12 games in preparation for their upcoming outdoor season. Baseball went 3-1 this past weekend against Peru State College. They head to Orlando, Florida for their spring break and preparation for their regular season. Competitive cheer was at St. Ambrose University for their last regular season competition this weekend, securing first place the first day and second place the second day, with Andy Williams earning AMC Stunter of the Week. They head to Columbia, Missouri to compete in the American Midwest Conference Championships this weekend. We wish all of our Blue Hawks luck in their competition and activities this week, and as always, Hawks are up.